I'm at Alpha Technology stall, and with me there's Aparna, who will explain me that how IOD will help Indian Armed Forces. Thank you for talking to us, Aparna.
Yeah, thank you. This is the interoperability device. It is basically used for providing the communication between the wired and the wireless network in the army. It basically works as a TDM switch at the analog level. It provides the connectivity for different kinds of networks, such as the GSM network, the CDMA network, the Wi-Fi network, the Tetra user, and also the analog line users can interact to each other through this network. So what happens here is we also have a four radio interface cards which helps to interact with the CNR to the other general networks. So basically we have the antenna which is for the Wi-Fi and the GSM, and it is provided the power supply through a float cum boost charger. This is the FCBC, or the float cum boost charger, which supplies a minus 48 volt DC continuously, which is an uninterrupted one, to the interoperability device. This float cum boost charger works either from the 230 volt mains, or it has a battery bank which supplies the minus 48 volt DC. So basically it is used in the battlefield, wherein any user on any network can interact with any other network, such as GSM, CDMA and Wi-Fi.
How portable it is?
It is human carryable. It's weighing about 10 kgs, and both together, the FCBC and the IOD weighs about 10 kgs, and a man can carry this to anywhere.
And it can be used in any terrains?
Yeah, it can be used in any terrains.
Thank you, Aparna.
Yeah, the interoperability device basically consists of COTS modules which are integrated together to perform this operation. It basically has 4 radio interface cards for the combat net radio. It has the FXO, FXS cards, then it has a Wi-Fi card, a CDMA card, a GSM card. A CDMA and the GSM are meant for 2 ports. Also, it provides digital connectivity through the E1 PRI, CAS and the MRF signaling. And also there is an operator console that is provided which does the operator features to the device. Also, this device provides a power on self-test which indicates whether there are any faulty cards. As you can see here, all the cards all test okay. That indicates that all the cards that are here are functional and it can be used.
Me, Akshay is there, who will explain to us that how night vision goggles will prove helpful for the Indian Army. Akshay, can you please explain to us?
Oh yes. Yeah, like we see here, this gentleman is holding a gun with an uncooled thermal sight. The advantage of this, it comes on very quickly and gives you a very nice range of around 800 meters to 1.2 kilometers. And coupled with that is the mini NCs. The advantage, this is a II tube based system and can be mounted either on the gun or can be helmet mounted. It has a sensor, so when you turn it off, it goes off automatically and then comes on. So both these put together, on and off, both these put together, this along with pointing devices, add to the effectiveness of the Indian soldier in many ways.
We also have something, a very peculiar thing. It's looking more like an eyepiece. Can you just explain to us what is it?
Oh, yes. This is, yeah, it's an eyepiece for all, it's, we might say. On seeing through, we are able to see the same map which is displayed here. And any map can be ported on this, the map of the terrain, the battlefield. And waypoints can be marked based on important locations. Routes can be made on this. There can be warning signs as we see here. And instructions can be given through the system to the soldier on the field. How to, basically this can be used to coordinate an operation or an attack.
Okay. For tank, and Akshay will explain us that how it works.
Yes. This is the Comet GPS system for tank. This will be mounted on the tank and has 3 azimuth and position sensors. And by advanced triangulation techniques and the unique algorithm which works in the system, we're able to offer a very rugged as well as low cost and very efficient GPS system for a tank. We can see on the screen over here, this shows the position currently, and if we are to move this, you may kindly note the pointer on the left moves accordingly, and it's also able to read the pitch of. So basically we're able to offer, the speciality of this system is high efficiency at really low cost and total ruggedness. And we are doing this in collaboration with Azimuth of Israel.
So it's been used by Indian Army right now?
We are in the process of.
Okay, thank you. I'm at Tata Power stall and they have displayed wide range of products and Mr. Amitesh will explain us some of them. Thank you, sir.
Hi. Actually, this is a AD application, Quad Seed Research, and it has been commissioned in 16 sites over India. Over here, what we are showing are the MST capabilities. In this, we are taking data from 4 different sensors, fusing it at a common place, and showing it one common picture. Apart from our MST capabilities, it has a ATM module, air traffic controller, threat management capabilities, different GIS functionalities, record and replay, and different air defense utilities which are normally ops people use in their daily air defense operations. Okay?
This can be used for commercial purpose also?
As of now, it is customized for military purpose only.
Okay.
But the GIS part can be used in other application, in some other commercial application also.
You said that they have been installed in 16 locations. Can you tell us a few of those locations?
Yeah, it has been installed at Mud Island, Mumbai, Chimney Hills, Bangalore, Amritsar.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
With me, Mr. Vinod, who is going to explain us how rugged computers will beneficial the army.
Yeah, hi, Vinod here. The rugged computers that we have developed are basically for military application, and these are developed in 2 varieties. You have the tactical field computer, which is used more for for where the display requirement is bigger. You require a larger display size, and you have a requirement of a keyboard, function key, touch screen, everything on a highly integrated platform. So this system that we have developed has an 8 hours battery backup, and it's a complete fanless system and has been completely tested as per military requirement, the Indian military requirement. And all the IOs are through some circular connectors, and we have tested it for IP67 sealing. That is, even if it goes in water at a 1 meter depth, it can still survive for a few hours. And apart from that, you have the ultramobile PC. This is a system which has lesser performance capability but is more power efficient. So in applications where you require a smaller display size, these systems can be used. They also come with fully integrated keyboard so that you don't have to carry a separate keyboard along. So both the systems here are systems which can be deployed in the battlefield scenario very efficiently because of the kind of integration they have in a very small size. And further to that, we also have systems which can be integrated directly to sensors such as the thermal imager that we have, and it can capture the data of the thermal imager and it can be displayed on the screen.
Are they in the trial phase or Army is using them?
Some of the systems, some of the models or variants have already been deployed. Like for example, this variant is being deployed in the Akash launcher project, which we have developed along with the DRDO. And this product here that you see has been trialed in the L70, the field artillery gun. We have undergone the full NCNC trial of the gun along with these systems, and it has undergone the environmental test as well. So these tests were conducted independently by the defense services, and it has cleared all the tests.
Your target market area is India only, or you are focusing on some other foreign countries also?
Yes, we are targeting export markets, but we are working with some Indian agencies, the DRDO, to actually have a more secure version of the platform, which will have a secure OS, which runs on secure OS, as well as has a secure encryption engine also built in the hardware itself, and secure peripheral control. So we would be having 2 variants of the system, one specifically for the export market meeting the requirement, second for the Indian market.
Have you got any orders from the foreign market?
No, not as yet. We are in discussion with companies, and there are plenty of companies who have shown their interest in Def Expo as well as today. And we are hopeful of getting inquiries for this.
Thank you.
Can you very
Tata Powers. In today's time, the pattern of war fighting is changing around the world, and technology plays a key role. Keeping this in mind, a two-day international seminar cum exhibition was held called Battlefield Management System in Hotel Taj. In the seminar, more than 10 companies participated and showcased a wide range of products. General V.K. Singh was also present in the seminar, and he said that the BMS plays a very vital role in the army and gives a competitive edge to the soldier. The chief guest in the seminar was the Minister of State for Defence, Mr. Pallam Raju, and he said the army plays various roles like disaster management, peacekeeping and counter-insurgency. And for this, a network-centric approach is needed. This is Abhay Singh Thapa with video journalist Abhishek Singh for SP Guide Publication.